Hey friends, it's Kat at Kaleidoscope Gardens. I'm a suburban gardener growing on a small quarter-acre lot here in New Jersey. So today I would like to take you out to the garden to take a look at how my end of summer garden is doing and get my thoughts about how I want to prepare for the incoming fall garden. All right, so here we are at the front of the garden where I've got my containers. These cowpeas are really starting to finally dry out, which is great. I'm just kind of keeping up with watering this, but they'll be ready for harvest soon. I noticed over here on this zucchini plant, and it has been thriving all summer. Honestly, it's been putting out zucchini after zucchini, but I noticed it's got this powdery mildew on it now. Oh no! And usually in our humid climate, powdery mildew is everywhere. And I was actually really surprised to see it so late in the season, but we didn't really get a lot of rain until later in the season anyway. So she's still putting out zucchini though. So I'm going to wait until the plant completely dies. And then again, I'm going to redo my containers and use them for the fall garden. Oh gosh, yeah, this is my shame over here. Look at this giant freaking weed. Everything is just such a mess. We really do need to come in here and do a really thorough weeding. Ugh. Yeah. Goodbye, buddy. It's true, this little cucumber plant that we had here finally died back. It got pretty big though, grew over the fence and gave us plenty of cucumbers. So honestly, it's a success, guys. Fishies doing well. Came out here to check on them and do some water changes. They just finished eating. So here she is in all her glory, in her majesty. Just wild and untamable, but we really do need to get in here with a weed whacker and just start hacking back everything. This pepper bed I'm definitely gonna leave until the end of the season because again, peppers are frost tender, but they will produce in cooler weather. So they've been doing so good that I don't have the heart. I don't have the heart to pull them up when they're still producing, so many awesome peppers. And I've been stuffing these guys with like a cream cheese, chorizo, pepper jack mix. Oh my god, just so good. Like a bastardized chili relleno, just so good. Like I was saying earlier, I want to run the weed whacker through here, and amongst these weeds we've got those strawberries, but I think it's early enough in the season that if I cut them back, they'll be fine. The dahlias that we started from seed have been such a huge hit in the garden. I mean, the bees are buzzing all over these guys, and the colors that have come out of this have been truly fascinating. These ones obviously are red and yellow, but the various sort of shorter border style dahlias in the back here are a really beautiful blend of reds and like sort of a burgundy red into like a hot pink and this beautiful orange, and it's like my favorite color. I love orange. So this one is obviously my favorite. I'm going to try and take extra special care of these tubers. But I just love them. They did so well this year, and they might come back. Like I said, they come back. The ones I started from seed for my dad a few years ago come back in his garden. So, but I'm very excited to have these come back next year. As for the echinacea over here, it's done pretty well, and it's started to go to seed. I've been watching it carefully, but I've also gotten a little paranoid that maybe the ones that I just showed you that I thought were going to seed might have yellow asters, whereas these ones are just staying their regular cone shape and drying out. But this looks different. I don't know. What do you think? Still more wild and weediness over here on this side of the garden. Need to come in and do a purge over here and plant peas on this trellis for Julian. Again, gonna come in here and weed whack a lot of this, cut back some of this echinacea, prune down my heliopsis. Obviously these tomatillos need to get addressed. I think these will also produce until frost like those peppers, so I'm tempted to just give them some staking to just maintain them and help them be more upright and less floppy all over the walkway. But they've got tons of tomatillos forming on them, so again, not ripping it out. The award for most productive tomato was the sun peach. It did amazing, and it's still producing. There is better disease resistance in this variety since it's a hybrid, but it still gets affected by it. But it produced tons of cherry tomatoes for us. The slicers are starting to wind down. I've got a few more on the vines here. I'll probably be able to pick for maybe another few weeks. I had a whole plant that just basically died, 2 plants in that corner, and obviously we've got another weed here competing for largest weed in my garden. Good Lord. Over here, you can see I've got a few more tomatoes here on the vine that I'm probably going to grab, and a few more that are green. Here is another dahlia that I grew from seed. Look at this little bee buddy on it. Again, loving the colors. It's pink, but it's not an obnoxious pink. I know that the Barbie movie just came out and there's like a whole pink movement right now, but I'm not a huge pink fan. So this is good for me though. It's change. Speaking of change, this entire bed needs to be changed. I need to come in here and rip all of this out and completely do just like a chop and drop, like a reset here. And I think I'm just going to put this bed to rest for the season and not plant in it. Over here, I'm going to let the status remain because it's doing amazing. I'm also going to let the zucchini plant back here stay until frost. But other than that, I don't think I'll be doing much with this garden bed. Maybe mulching it real good. Something neat about these stock flowers, by the way, the ones that I didn't cut to bring in, that I left here this summer, started to produce these side shoots. And they're so charming. Look at these beautiful little florets. I might bring them in and dry the flowers just because I love the smell. So maybe homemade potpourri. Check this out. So the elderberry sent off a shoot here, and the rest of these branches got so heavy that it just flopped down onto the ground. So I'm going to need to get a trellising situation for this to help support it and lean it back up. This is a very concentrated patch of powdery mildew. I have not seen anything on the other leaves, so I might just chop this one leaf off. While standing here and looking over the garden, I noticed I had these tomatoes that were ripe, so I'm gonna go run and pick those. All right, so it looks like there's about 3 of these Perone tomatoes. I'm gonna set them on the ground for now and then run back to the slicing tomatoes to grab whatever I saw that was ripe there. But this plant has done really, really well. Perone is always a good variety, and this one was self-sown, so volunteers in the garden are always 10 times stronger anyway. Here is my haul. I've got a few tomatoes and I picked some echinacea and dahlias that we grew from seed. And I'm gonna bring it all inside now. All right, quick little bonus before I let you guys go. Here are the dried status flowers that I have tied onto this beautiful heirloom rug beater that's been passed down from my mom to me now. And if we take it down, you can kind of see it a little bit better. But I'm really excited with how this is turning out, and I can't wait to grow more flowers and dry them for this. Catch you next time.